That's it! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my...
Hello, all you beautiful people, and welcome to what will inevitably be a tough matchup between two strong Crossroads League contenders, the Huntington Foresters versus the Spring Arbor Cougars. I'm Jaden Woods, joined tonight by my good friend and co-commentator Brady Gallo. Brady, tell us about the player to watch for Huntington.
It's got to be Addie Shank. She's coming off a career game last Saturday against Marion. She put up 16 points, 15 boards, which was a career high, 1 assist, and added in 4 steals as well, which is another career high. She has had a fantastic season. Coach Maggard talked in length about just how competitive she is. Competitive in practice, competitive on the court, and her teammates really like to feed off that energy. She was a big reason why the Foresters were able to pick up that upset win last Saturday, and she'll be looking to have another great game here this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Addie Shank is a great piece, and now we're going to talk about the Spring Arbor player to watch. Of course, it's Megan Zeitz. She's an incredibly talented sophomore guard coming out of Dansville High School. Throughout her freshman season, she was a great producer for this squad, and she's only gotten better going into her sophomore season, where she's leading the team in points per game with 15.2 and helping out a lot all around the floor. She averages 5 boards, 2.5 assists, and 2 steals alongside almost a block a game while standing at the guard position. An extremely talented player in a tough conference and one of the premier defenders in the game. She does it all while shooting efficiently from the floor and playing alongside a talented squad with a lot of options on the court. She's been leading this team to a great record. And Brady, why don't you tell us about Huntington's keys to the game tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a great game, but if Huntington's going to want to win this one, I would say the 3 things that they're going to want to do well is take smart threes or create good looks from 3 at least. This is a team that shoots the ball well and likes to shoot the 3, but have run into some trouble early on in this season, falling in love with the 3 too early. I would say swing the rock, don't settle for those contested threes. I would also say expose that size advantage down low. You have 2 talented bigs, Liv Raby and Addie Shank. I would feed them early and often because you do have a size advantage down there. And also, I would use that zone defense that Darby Maggard has become so famous for this season. It's been so effective. I would come out with that look and try to shut down the Spring Arbor offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Spring Arbor's got a very talented offense, and they've really got a great backcourt. They're a very well-rounded team. They've got a lot going for them, but they're really going to need to lock in against a strong conference opponent tonight. It's really important that they leverage that stronger backcourt with players like Megan Zeitz, Ashley Weller, and Haven Chapman, all very talented, good scorers and strong producers. And they got to create spacing on the floor by taking smart, uncontested tray balls to avoid taking contested shots down low against HU's solid interior defenders like Annika Nelson, Addie Shank, and obviously Liv Raby. Let's take a look at some of the season's stats. Brady, why don't you introduce us to some of them?
These are pretty similar teams in terms of the season stats, as you just mentioned. Pretty similar splits. The thing we're going to want to look out for, though, is that 3-point field goal percentage. Spring Arbor does not like to take the 3. They are last in the Crossroads League in attempts and made threes. HU, on the other hand, towards the upper echelon of shooting teams in this conference. But pretty similar splits. Going to be an even matchup here this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, very similar teams, but Spring Arbor edges it out a little bit in regards to points per game. We're coming up on the national anthem and a prayer before this game. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back with basketball in just a little bit.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Hi, my name's Bob Cayley. I'm a real estate broker with RE/MAX Results in Indiana. I love helping people buy and sell real estate. And I have a buyer's guide and a seller's guide to help people with the process. I'm also a longtime supporter of Huntington University baseball. I love supporting them and rooting them on to victory. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can contact me at 260-519-1724.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Hello everybody and welcome back. We're going to take a quick look at the Crossroads standings as the Spring Arbor Cougars starting lineup is introduced. Brady, I mean, why don't you tell us what you think about this? Because St. Francis has really been on a tear lately.
Yeah, it's St. Francis, 9 in a row, as you can see right there. But right now, it's a pretty tightly contested race. We talked about how this is going to be a fantastic game. This win has big-time conference implication. A win here for Huntington keeps them alive for a top 3 seed in the conference tournament. The win will tie them with Spring Arbor for 3rd in the conference, and a Marion loss will put them in a 3-way tie for 2nd. Marion plays Bethel at Bethel this afternoon, tipping off here in a couple minutes. But yeah, this is going to be a big-time game, but I would say right now that top 3 seed still wide open.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a look at the Sports Side video, and we'll be right back. Howdy everybody and welcome back to Platt Arena. We're going to watch the Foresters come out in their starting lineups. We're going to see something familiar, of course. Kendra Sheets will come out, and let's also introduce you to the starting lineups for Spring Arbor. Ashley Weller, Emma Smiska, Haven Chapman, Elena Kalesa, and Megan Zeitz. All very talented. Of course, you see Annika Nelson come out as well. Tegan Akers starting in as Kendall Yoakum comes back from an injury, and now Addie Shank, of course, and we'll round that out with the star of the show for most of these, Liv Raby, an incredibly talented big. She's really helped lead this team, of course, taking a bit of a backseat to allow the rest of the team to flourish in a year where it's been a bit of a struggle, but they've really been fighting through it and making the most of it with a pretty solid season. As you mentioned, they have a chance to have a top 3 seed on a Marion loss, and they did just beat Marion at home. Undefeated at home. We'll see how they can handle this tough Spring Arbor team.
That should be a good one, Jaden. Excited to get this one tipped off. Ready for a fantastic broadcast.
Absolutely. We'll see Annika Nelson and Elena Kalesa line up for the tip-off, and they'll battle for it immediately, almost out of bounds, but Tegan Akers will grab that one. It's Kendra Sheets for the first possession of the game. She'll kick to Raby, who finds a way to split that one wide open, drive low. Akers almost picked off. Schenk running it in, trying to get some good footwork. She'll do a step through, but that one's going to get called a travel as the first possession ends poorly for Huntington.
Yeah, one too many steps right there. Schenk, we saw she had some success against Marion last week working with that pivot foot on the Crossroads League logo. That time to no avail.
Yeah, great footwork from all the bigs for the Foresters, but that one just not perfect. Is really battling for it down low. It's Megan Zeitz, but they'll kick to the three. No good there. And that one will bounce right out of bounds. Haven Chapman, a 26% shooter from beyond the arc.
Chapman, she's had a pretty solid season so far. She's really stepped up. Just a freshman from Ottsville, Michigan. She's had a great season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a couple really young players in their starting lineup, so you can really tell that they committed to a rebuild, and it's been working pretty well. Annika Nelson now on the elbow. She'll find Raby. They're playing zone defense here, trying to slow her down. A tough contested layup, no good, but she gets the board and puts it in.
That's been such a big part of Raby's game, getting those offensive rebounds, and that is why she found so much success against Marion. She's able to pick up some of her own misses and some of her teammates' misses. Right there, works out. HU first on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you can't expect to make them all, but she gets the one she doesn't make as Tegan Akers comes up with a steal there. Sheets some handles. The pressure is really being put on by Megan Zeitz, and a violation's called there, and now Spring Arbor will get the ball.
Yeah, Sheets could have her hands full with Zeitz defending her this afternoon, but Coach Maggard has really been proud of the way that she has handled some of this pressure in this season. Her first season, really as a full-time rotation member, she's done a great job.
Yeah, absolutely, and Zeitz is a very talented defender and a solid playmaker, as we see there. She leads the team in assists, and that gets them an easy bucket to put them on the scoreboard.
Beliza right there, number 22. Great spacing, knowing when to cut to the basket, and Zeitz finds her with the bounce pass.
That backdoor cut is powerful. Ball's almost picked away by Elena Kaleza as Schenk is now in the corner. She'll drive in off the slower defender, kick it out to Tegan Akers. Akers drives in, kicks out to Sheets on the elbow. No good there, and Zeitz will grab the board.
HU right now having a tough time getting inside of that Spring Arbor zone. They've had some struggles against zone defenses this season, but just try to keep it simple. Get in the middle. Don't try to force some of those threes up.
Yeah, they've really got to take smart shots against this team. The ball's picked away. Raby comes up with it. Sheets finds Schenk down low, the right-handed lay, but she's fouled. Takes a tumble, and now she'll go to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it's got a bit too far extended right there. Schenk standing right underneath the basket, as you see it right there. Contact on the way up. Schenk, she's really improved from the free throw line this season. Last game, she went 6 for 8 from there and a part of a 16-point effort. First one's good, starts 1 for 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Schenk has improved in just about every way, right alongside players like Annika Nelson, who are having career highs in almost every single statistical measure. Schenk has really been an effective part of this team as she sinks both of her first free throws of the night.
She's really come on as a scorer in this part of the season. She was making her impact felt defensively and rebounding to start, but as of late, scoring the ball, she's been magnificent.
Yeah, of course, and rebounding, coming off a career high. So she's been a great producer as the ball's almost picked off. We've seen a lot of turnovers already for Spring Arbor. They find someone in the corner, and that three's no good off the front of the rim. It hits the top of the backboard, and a left-handed lay off the offensive board is no good from Haven Chapman.
So Liv Raby picks up her first foul. I think that's going to be something interesting to watch for the Spring Arbor team. Does not shoot a lot of threes. They shot one on that last possession, but not really what they're known for. Liv Raby and Addie Schenk are going to be challenged in terms of can they stay out of foul trouble. There's going to be a lot of contact. There's going to be a lot of bodies flying towards the rim. Can they stay out of foul trouble and play good defense?
Yeah, I mean, this team is definitely a very slash-heavy team as only one of those falls and Schenk grabs the board. Sheets is able to shake Zeitz, and now they've got to path down the floor. Sheets off to Schenk, off to Akers. Nelson down to Schenk, down low, working on the smaller defender. The right-handed lay is off with a bad bounce.
And that's just one you want to get to go. Did everything right off the glass right there, just rims in and out.
Yeah, there's Zeitz with a good hezzy to pull the defender away for an easy down-low bucket. About to get a 5-second call, somehow gets it in. Sheets pushing the pace. Schenk cross-court to Nelson, the left-handed drive, and a pull-up jumper is good.
Annika Nelson, just the go-to scorer, I would say, for this HU squad. She has been so impressive this season, across the board, season highs, career highs. She can do it all.
Yeah, she has stepped up, almost career highs in every category except for blocks this season, assists, and some rebounds as the ball's picked off again. Akers finally secures it, and now Sheets once again pushing the ball up the court. She's really been the pacemaker for this team so far.
She's been very good as this team's primary ball handler, and she will do this on this next possession. Nelson inside, off the window, and good.
Oh my goodness, the left-handed drive has been so powerful for Nelson these last couple possessions. She really is such a versatile scorer when the team needs her most, and this is one of those times as now Zeitz is working on Sheets. She's got some height on her. They'll pass it around at the top, the drive in, and Chapman thought about another one. She'll drive off the left-hand side. A bounce pass is no good, but they find someone in the corner. Running out of time now. It's Chapman off. Oh my goodness, and she gets the three to go. Again, not a very three-point heavy team, but they got that one to go in crucial time.
Yeah, when you're that wide open, the percentage has to go up just by a little bit right there. Zeitz, a fantastic scorer, gets that one to go for her first three of the afternoon.
Good ball movement there at the end as Nelson will take a three. Almost got that one to drop, but they're fighting for it, and Akers not sure where that one's going. It looks like the Forcers will keep possession there. Great hustles. We'll take our first media time out of the night. It's been a very quick game so far, a lot of turnovers as Nelson has really led the way. We'll take a look at that last one. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots